Come here, my love. Good girl. Bath time for Miss Lucy. She had a little accident in her crate last night, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Definitely my mistake. Um, Sometimes, even as dog trainers, you do things, and then you look back in hindsight, and you're like, huh, I knew better than that. Why did I do that? We're going to talk about that mistake so that you guys can try to learn from a mistake that I've already learned from, um, but still make sometimes. This is Lucy. She's been with me for 4 days now. She's 4 months old. I know she's a big dog. Good girl, Mama. I know she's kind of big. She's like 4 months. Damn, yeah. So she's only 4 months. Um, but the mistake I made was feeding her just before bedtime, and she's been doing good. Maybe that's why I gave it a go. Because she's been doing good, like sleeping overnight in the kennel without having any accidents. So I was like, well, actually, I didn't purposefully like not let her out. Um, I fed her, walked away, got involved in some other shit, and this was at like 9 o'clock at night last night, and just kind of didn't think anything of it. Like, typically a dog this age, if you feed them, they're gonna take a shit pretty quickly afterwards. But again, I just think she's been doing so well that I didn't think too much of it. I guess um, no accidents. So she's had an accident, and obviously, since she's in a kennel, she's got a little bit on her, and now we got to give her a bath. But it's not all bad. I think this is like a good opportunity to get her accustomed to taking baths. She's 4 months old. Oftentimes we talk about how important early exposure to things are, and you know, some early exposure to water and to being bathed. Try to make it as pleasant as possible. Good girl, come here. Got this little pull tab here to kind of guide her a little bit. Come here. Good girl. Because a lot of dogs will just like whoop try to scoop it out, so you gotta be able to have a way to control them. You know what I mean? And with my setup here, this little tab works just fine. Get her all nice and wet. But yeah, don't feed your puppy. Don't feed your puppy just before bedtime. You're gonna wake up to shit. She had just been doing good, and I was like, well, don't think anything of it since she was doing good, but I should have thought something of it. It's my fault. Um, so, got to set up this whole production and give her a bath. But again, the exposure to this is great. There's a little training session right here. Get her all nice and wet. Beautiful. Beautiful. Chuck that over there for a second. Get some soap. So yeah, it's a great training process too. Dogs don't really like to shit where they lie, but if they're this age, they actually can't. I mean, they can't fucking help it. You know what I mean? Like they can't physically hold it, and that's just something that you learn along the way with your pup. It's like you start to learn their patterns. You start to learn like how long they could go in the kennel without having to use the bathroom. And as a puppy, it's just as early and often as you possibly can, providing opportunities for them to go outside, and that's what we've been doing, and it's been great. But I made that one little mistake there, and she exposed and exploited a mistake that I made that I knew better than. Like, what an idiot. Like, you know what I mean? But it's okay. Good girl. Just this right here. Yeah. We never want a fucking puppy to poop and pee in their kennel. We want to provide all the opportunities so they can do it outside. But again, I mean, if there was one silver lining, here we go. Get used to being bathed early and often. Never going to be a drama. Make it a positive experience for her. Go girl, mummies. Make sure to get every nick and cranny. And that way you end up with, like, this dog's going to be 100 pounds. You don't want to try to bathe a 100-pound dog that ain't never really been bathed before, and so then it's going to be tough to handle. But not Miss Lucy here. She's going to be just fine. She's doing so good, isn't she, team? So anyway, that's a mistake that I will not be making again. I will feed her, and every time I feed her, immediately provide opportunity for her to go outside so that we don't run into this problem anymore. And then just as we go in the rest of this 6-week program, we're going to continue to look at patterns. You know, how long can she hold it? You know, she's been holding it overnight. 4-month-old puppy, and that's something I want to say before we check out here. 4-month-old puppy, as long as I give her a chance to go to the bathroom before bedtime, she will hold it. She has this little 4-month-old puppy has the ability to hold it all the way till 7 a.m. the next morning. 9 o'clock at night to 7 a.m. she'll hold it. I put dogs away at 9. And typically you're gonna have to wake up all through the night. So not all dogs or puppies are created equally, man, you know? It's just about learning your dog's ability and what they're, you know what I mean? You kind of like study them and you know, okay, well, I know she could hold it. I know she could hold it 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, so now this is how I'm going to construct. I'm going to construct it. You learn their schedule type of thing, you know? And as they start to age and get older and older, their ability to hold it is going to get greater and greater. But you don't want them to get used to shitting and pissing where they lie. Yeah, that's something you don't want to do. So this is why this is the first and the last time that I make this mistake. I think inherently dogs normally know that they don't want to shit where they lie. However, you do get your oddball, brainless dog that'll just do it and be happy about it. But most of them know that they don't want to do that. And I think she's one of those dogs, just based on how well she's able to hold it. But if I feed her and then put her away, she only has so much capability. She's gonna shit in her fucking kennel, you know what I mean? So that is what it is. All right, so we're gonna let her get out and we're gonna dust off her feet because there's soapy water under there. Come on. Good girl. Let's get your feet dusted. Let's get your feet dusted. That's it. That's it, girl. That's it, girl. Now, a lot of dogs don't like this. You try to make it as positive as possible, but this is just one of those things that has to happen. So it's gonna happen. It's like going to the dentist. You know what I mean? No one likes going to the dentist, but I gotta go to the dentist. Matter of fact, I got 2 root canals coming up. That sounds fun, doesn't it? Good girl. Good girl. Okay. We'll put that over there. Can you give us another shake? Shake it. Ah, it's a good shake. Sometimes blowing in their ear will kind of like induce a shake. You know, because I like to give them to shake a little bit before we dry them off so the towel doesn't have to hold so much water. Okay, that's just your color. She's brindle. I'm like, dude, hold on. Did I miss some? No, that's just a brindle mark there. Put that there. Okay, the big girl towel. The big girl towel. Yes, it's the big girl towel. So I hope you guys got something out of this. Learn your dog's schedule. Don't feed them before you put them to bed. Dumb stuff like that. And use the opportunity to bathe as early and often as possible so that when they're big girls, when they're all big in the end, you don't end up having to bathe a big 100-pound psychopath that absolutely is horrified and tortured at the fact. We want them to be able to accept it as gracefully as possible. And that's our hopes and dreams and wishes for Miss Lucy here. I fucking love this dog. These are my babies. Bulldogs. These are my dogs. I love you. God, I love you so much. Okay, go get dirty again. Thanks, guys.